Adventurers, the treasure sails ever closer. Here, the character concept builder is now turning into the character builder. So click start. You're going to get to choose a base class out of 7 choices. And so we'll continue on with that. And then you'll get to choose 2 of 60 different classes to add to that. And this can be done very intuitively and actually in a few minutes, unless you just like to read a lot. But still, you would sort through a lot of classes, even reading a lot within, 5, 10, 15 minutes. So here's the general layout for you. It's showing your base class, your 2 secondary classes, and then be able to clear any one of them or clear all of them at the same time. So go ahead and scroll down and you'll see that each class has a descriptive noun or adjective for its title. This facilitates gameplay and character stylization. And then you have the picture and a phrase that will help tell you what each class is roughly or give you an idea for it. So for whatever you like, we'll choose the animist. Again, we see that cards show up, and here it's a sentence or two that you'll be able to read to learn a little more about it. So go ahead and choose what we're going to do. A little discussion about the secondary groups and what you're going to do here next. And then when we come on over, you can see here that are the instructions for next again and choosing secondary classes. And so I'll go ahead and scroll that down. Actually, I'll leave it up there. Casters and powers are both resource expenditures. Casters expend a spell slot for each cast that they do based on its level or type. And then powers are either Mysteria, which is bizarre and mental, like Elle and Stranger Things, or it's Fervor, which is adrenaline that you get to feed into each character. And so, again, it's a resource expenditure. Utilities are you take a class, you choose one of its abilities, and then during gameplay, you just make the statement you're going to do it and then make a roll. Hybrids are any combination of the three. OSR is just a simple character class that is number based. So you don't really want to worry about skills and abilities. You just want to simplify your character sheet and then create whatever gameplay you want. So as we go down, you can see that there are lots of different options. You'll see um, character classes that nobody else has ever done before. Uh, I've created them with my own stylization, my own mechanics, and so they have no similarities to anything else. But here I'll just choose the Elementalist, which actually does have a variant. Here you have a choice of being the 4 core elements or a tri-elementalist, choosing 2 of the main elements like fire and water, which gives you access to the fusion element, balance, and chaos. So that is very unique to them, and nobody else can use those spells. Plus, elementalists have their own spell sets that nobody else has access to. So I'll go ahead and choose that just to see some different stuff. I'll go ahead and go over the hybrids, and you can look at a lot of the different options here and just scroll down. I'll go ahead and choose the necromancer. They have different ways they can be chosen to build them so that you can play the way you want. After I choose it, come up here, I see them all again here at the top. I don't want to clear any or clear all of them, so I'll just click the summary. Come over here, I'm in the second of the 5th phase for building this app. Here you can see the armaments for armor and weapons. Just have to know in the book how this plays out and what the differences are. The hit points, you can see how that they start off and how they'll build. Powers, again, Fervor and Mysteria. So you have Adrenaline and then Bizarre and Mental. You can see there's a subclass and flex class types. And so here they give different amounts of power. And because the Necromancer allows me to choose one, I would be able to add 4 points to one of these 2. Down here at spells, you can see that my total spells for cantrips levels 0 and 1. However, here you can see the breakdown below, and I get death spells specifically from the taboo. And then I get my own elemental spells. I get to choose the tri or core elemental. And then as well, I get ancient with universal. That's unique to the base class. And then I get to choose one other paths, and so universal and arcana uh, foundations of spells each have 7 foci. So there are 7 schools of arcana for wizards, and then 7 paths, universal magic for nature casters. So this is unique. And then within each of those, they have 7 spells. So literally, you get a chance to choose from 49 different spells for wizards or nature casters at level 1. And again, you get to see the breakdowns. And so there's the total again. And then you have to learn later about why movement is unique and how it changes gameplay and makes it more dynamic and interesting. And so, and then your 2 hit percentages. So here, this is my base that off of my character build. However, let's say I want to make more of a melee build versus a mana attack. So I look at the upgrades that were given to me by my class choices. So I get 5 for hurl or melee. So 10 plus 5 will give me 15. I'll go ahead and add the 10. That'll give me 25. And then I'll add another 15, which will give me 40. And so, um, that's decent for being 2 out of 3 as a spellcaster for my 2 hits. If I wanted to focus on mana attacks, um, then I would end up adding the 30 plus the 10 is 40, and then the 15, which is 55. So why would I not just do mana attacks being a predominant spellcaster? Because if I go 40% with melee, I can choose to use supporting spells or ones that cause targets to save instead of actually attacking them. So so it's a new way to build a type of battle mage if you want, without choosing the battlecaster class. There's a little discussion about skills, and they have percentages that'll need to be all built out. And here's a discussion about different abilities to choose from. Progression points, you start off with 30, having done just a little bit of exploring as an adventurer, and use those to customize your character in any way you want. Add hit points, increase your 2 hits, add some more abilities or some skills. And then through gameplay, you earn more progression points, much like experience, and then you spend them when you want on what you want. So there's no telling you how to play your character, because this trinamic system allows you to customize and build all of that. Here's the identity. Talks about your race, culture, your livelihood, and backstory. Just a little bit. You have to go deeper into the books or further into the character builder to see how that further changes the dynamics of your character. Additionally, you can just play simple and avoid this process, and that'll be one of the stages to show you where you can avoid so much of this character building and trying to figure it out, and a way to slowly integrate that you can learn how to play the system fairly easily. However, it's pretty easy if you're an experienced role player, but people that are new to role playing, any game system can be difficult to think about. And so the more you can simplify, the better it is. And so that's built into the system as well in the guidebook. So that is the second phase of the character builder. The first phase was just letting it be in concepts to see the class combinations. And now we've got the initial builds. And then the third will be making your choices and selections, adding to that character, and also display improvements as well. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please follow, please subscribe. If you're liking what I'm doing, that's just going to help get more people to want to subscribe and follow, which helps getting more visibility out there for the system. Game launch is in March of 2026 at GaryCon. And then the game launch will end at Origins in Ohio in mid-June. Expect to have the books out end of July, maybe the end of August, depending on printing and publishing, because I just had the 4th prototype of the Wilds, Tribes, and Roamers printed, and I pick it up in a couple days. So, hey, thanks for watching, and adventure well.